Hi guys, a very good morning. Mamukase. So I'm back so that we can talk because we have to talk because it is necessary for us to update each other about what is happening, especially those who love politics and who admire to follow the politics of Zimbabwe. President Nelson Chamisa finally gave a response to the issue of Dr. Phopi Ramatuba, and he voiced his opinion regarding this very important issue and very important matter, a matter which we cannot ignore, a matter which we cannot turn a blind eye on. And in his response, he went on to tweet and he said something very important. He said Zimbabweans are great people who do not willfully or purposefully, who do not willfully purpose to be a burden on South Africa's health system. Zimbabwe's neighbors should not have to carry the burden of poor leadership. So this is what President Nelson Chamisa said. We are not willfully going to South Africa for healthcare, and it is a very important message being sent by President Nelson Chamisa. Let us try to get a look on the actual report here. Okay, let me try to open the actual report and put it right here on the screen so that we can talk about something which is visible to everyone and everybody. Okay, my system is becoming slow. Right, I hope I have managed to edit right here on the screen. Right, so I've put it right here on the screen. Okay, and Zimbabweans do not want to be a burden on South Africa health system, and this is what President Nelson Chamisa is actually saying, and this is the message he has sent to the people in South Africa, because a lot of people believe or think that we are doing whatever we are doing deliberately. They think that we are being careless, we are being irresponsible, but they don't actually know that we are doing whatever we are doing because of some pressures we have in our economy, in our politics. So you can actually see that it's good for the leaders to actually clearly speak about these issues. And they say that, like many people in Zimbabwe and elsewhere around the world, I recently watched a video which Dr. Phopi Ramatuba, the Limpopo MEC for Health, spoke to a Zimbabwean patient seeking care in a hospital. As I listened to my dear compatriot expressing gratitude to the MEC, I was filled with a deep sense of regret, sadness, and rage. The patient's vulnerability reminded us of real impact of poor leadership on the lives and dignity of our people. For me, it deepened my resolve to change it. And like many other Zimbabweans who have had the shelter outside our borders, she did not want to be there. It was not her choice. She is there because her leaders back home do not care about her. She is not alone. So this is a very strong message, a very important message sent by Advocate Nelson Chamisa to the South African government, to the South African health authorities in response to the embarrassing humiliation of the Zimbabwean patient in South Africa. He went on to say that Zimbabwe has been a burden to her neighbors for far too long, and it is time we change this. By the Zimbabwean government own estimates, since the regime took power, people have left the country at a higher rate than at any time in our history. The National Statistics Agency recently released data showing that immigration peaked in 2021. So this is a very important message to Zimbabwe, and I thank President Nelson Chamisa for actually coming out, for actually clarifying this issue, for actually speaking and talking sense to the people of South Africa who believe that the Zimbabweans are there deliberately, and they are actually embarrassing us and humiliating us. We have seen xenophobia, we have seen our people being killed, being murdered, being beaten, we have seen our people losing their own properties. It pains us. We have that Elvis Nyati guy who was burnt to death just because he was a foreigner. He was in South Africa seeking to have better life, and he was murdered in front of his own family. It's not something we applaud. It's something which we regret to actually see each and every day. This is the reason why you see us coming here live each and every day, because is because we have to liberate ourselves. We have to deal with our matters on our own, because the neighbors who are supposed to be helping us are not. If South Africa was serious, they would have taken action on ZANU-PF for a very long time. But they've protected ZANU-PF for a very long time. They've protected each other for a very long time, because they call themselves liberation struggle parties. The ANC and ZANU-PF, they call themselves sister liberation parties. And they don't want each other to actually go out of power, because they want to continuously benefit from looting and incompetency. So this is it, Team Zimbabwe. Garrison, and any update on UN supervising elections? I think we did that live program here on this platform, Garrison. We covered that program here, and we looked on the possibilities of United Nations actually coming to supervise the elections in Zimbabwe. And we said that for United Nations to be able to do so, they have to go through the United Nations General Assembly or United Nations Security Council, of which they cannot force Zimbabwe to say, they cannot impose their supervision on Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe must agree willingly to that development or to that deal. So it's a difficult task. We might have them, we might not have them. So we can't guarantee anything about United Nations actually supervising the elections, which means everything we are doing, we must put everything in our own hands. Everything, we must take full responsibility of change in 2023, no two ways about it. So this is it in Zimbabwe. I had come with the issue of President Nelson Chamisa, the statement which he issued in response to the MEC for the Limpopo's utterances to a Zimbabwean patient. And it's a very strong message. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you very much for your support. Continue to register to vote. Continue to actually stand in solidarity with your own people. Continue to actually fund the struggle if you can. If you're in diaspora, you can actually help the elections by actually funding. You can help by actually donating, doing something in your rural area, paying school fees for the kids in your rural area in the name of change. All those things are very important and very welcome. So this is it in Zimbabwe. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you very much for the support you've been giving us. Continue subscribing, continue liking, commenting, and also sharing. We are doing this live on Facebook and also on YouTube. So this is it in Zimbabwe. Thank you very much for coming. Rambai, Gira, meditation, sweet sounds, and we need an independent election body, international to be precise, not ZEC. ZEC, we know the results already. So here is it. This is a very important message you have sent and a very important contribution. But let us be prepared for anything. If we are prepared for anything, we know how to defend ourselves. But if we expect that something will come, that is where the problem begins. So let us begin to prepare at this moment. Iwewe, win a polling station in your rural area, in your constituency, in your ward. Make sure that you are winning a polling station. Be in possession of the actual results from your polling station. To win the election. Be an election agent at your polling station. Don't expect to be paid. Fund yourself. That is a sacrifice you can do for us to win this election. So 2023 is coming. Change is coming. And the President Nelson Chamisa, because of what is happening, the resolve has been increased to actually fight for change. So 2023 is going to be a different year. Change is actually coming. No two ways about it. The new Zimbabwe is coming. So by this time next year, we will be celebrating. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you very much for the support. Let us meet in other episodes and other programs.